She-Hulk. Yes, I said I watched the first episode of She-Hulk. I stayed up on fucking not last night. Uh Wednesday at midnight? No, Tuesday night. For some reason, I thought it was Wednesday at midnight, so I stayed up and it wasn't there. I was pissed. So, I saw it when it comes down to it. It's out. And I like it. I don't know if I love it. I've been rewatching the Incredible Hulk animation, the cartoon from the 90s, because I know She-Hulk has a huge part of that. Even season 2, they renamed it the Incredible Hulk and She-Hulk. So I've been watching all the Jennifer Walters episodes just to see if they kind of reference those as like Easter eggs or whatever, and they definitely did. I'll go into some spoilers, so if you haven't seen She-Hulk, watch it. I'm going to go into spoilers for this episode, so fast forward to this part if you don't want to listen to it. Okay, so the humor is fine. I like it. We know that it's going to be funny. Fine. The action, it's fine. It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Nothing's wowing me, dude. We're only in one episode, 30 minutes, and for the first pilot, this is the pilot, so they're introducing Hulk, the lawyer stuff, her training, her getting her abilities, all in the first episode. And I think they skipped around a lot. They breezed they breezed through her getting infected. They breezed through her training. They breezed through her dealing with being changed, like physically and mentally. Well, not really mentally. And I just don't think like they didn't take their time. It seems because they want to get to the lawyer stuff, and she wants to get. She doesn't even want to accept that's happening, which is probably why it seems off. I just think the pacing was a little weird, and the editing, what they chose to focus on, it just ended abruptly. She's in the courtroom, and then boom, 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 and it's over. When most of this episode was her training with Bruce, which was a highlight. They should have leaned into that the whole episode. She was in a hurry to get back to LA or whatever, get back to her job. I just think the lead up to that, her dealing with it, could have been expanded on. But it's basically a Cliff Notes version because she broke the fourth wall trying to get us caught up to speed. And they make her not like a Mary Sue. Well, she is like a Mary Sue because Hulk is like, I spent 15 years writing this syllabus, and he's like unknowingly to try to maintain where I am and being a Hulk. Like he was trying to like show her like, yo, this took time. I spent 15 years of my life getting this on track. And then you just think you can go out in the world and put people in danger because that's what he thinks. Like, yo, when you Hulk out, you can put people in danger, which is he's not wrong. But she's so skilled already inherently in her DNA because that's why Bruce's arm is better because her DNA is better adaptable or whatever the plot line they said. And it's just what they choose to do with the Hulk and like, yo, your 15 years is not important. I can maintain my mind and my physicality, and I don't have an alter ego. I just think it was very a little heavy-handed on the superior Hulk when Bruce has put in that work. He's earned it, you know. Jennifer, her as a character, she's a cocky character. As far as even in the animation, even not anime, I keep wanting to say anime, even in the cartoon. So, but the way she's infected and the way that they let Bruce get cut, like usually his skin is indestructible, and he has this device on his arm. Oh, it makes me be able to be in my human form. But I don't think he mentioned anything about being in my human form and being vulnerable. Those are two different things. Because before, Hulk was in his human form, but he still wasn't vulnerable. If he were to get thrown off a building, he could land hard in the concrete in human form and still be fine. But since he had that little bracelet on, that little IV pack thingy on his arm, all of a sudden he's vulnerable and can get cut up and injured in a car accident. Enough so he can bleed into Jennifer's open wound and infect her. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the Hulk being that vulnerable. Being that vulnerable with only having that wristband that we really don't know anything about. And that's just me getting really geeky and nitpicky with the plot device they chose to use. It's just from previous incarnations of the Hulk, he's indestructible. In and out of the Hulk form. So yeah, that's like the only thing that really bugged me about the whole show. I'm like, well, how the fuck? Because in the cartoon, Jennifer is in a car crash just like this show, and she needs a blood transfusion in the show, and nobody else was around, and there was no blood available, so Hulk had no choice but to give his own blood. But we don't know, like in that show, they didn't establish that like he can use an IV or whatever. So in this show, it's on accident. She gets infected on accident, which was it's like the complete opposite. And it did work and it didn't work for me for the reasons I just said. We don't know why he's not indestructible just because he has that apparatus. And then he said it doesn't even work now. So I don't know. And then they flew past the fact that, oh, when you were sleeping, I merged myself into, I healed myself and this and this. Like they're telling us what's going on and not showing us. So the She-Hulk show, I was like, I'm only really watching it for the cameos because they said there's some sick cameos in it. I was never a huge She-Hulk fan. I'm a fan of the character, but it's not like I'm like, oh, She-Hulk. They're gonna have to win me over because Daredevil had some really good courtroom drama, and the fact that they're going towards this comedy angle, which is fine, that's fine. They're going to have to really win me over these next few episodes. I'm interested because she operates out of LA, and Daredevil is New York. So is he gonna go on vacation in his gear? Like, what's going on with that? Lots of questions. But I will give the show this. Mark Ruffalo and Tatiana Maslany have wonderful chemistry. Going back and forth, all that stuff was great. It's just that I think the pacing was what really bugged me about the show. The pacing problems. And just breezing by crucial plot developments, like character development stuff. But I am not easy to please with that kind of stuff. Like I love Zack Snyder's Justice League just because it's a 4-hour cut and you can really take your time, let the characters breathe. We don't have that luxury with Disney Plus, and they love their 30-minute episodes weekly. Like, just drop all the episodes of She-Hulk at once. Let me watch it. You gave all these critics 4 episodes to review in advance, while all of us, we get 1 episode a week. We can't judge the show off of 4 episodes. So they're getting like the first wave of reviews were like super fire. That's only because they already got to watch the first 4 episodes. So then I only can judge it off the first episode, which is 30 minutes. So I just don't think that's a smart strategy. Like, either drop the 4 episodes at once or don't. What did you think of She-Hulk? Let me know in the comments.